Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of rate of change. This is standard A.3B in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 21 of the 2018 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a graph here, shows the linear relationship between the maximum area in square feet that can be painted and the number of gallons used. So we're looking for the rate of change. It's kind of hidden right there in the question. Which of these best represents the rate of change of, we've got two things, maximum area painted, and we've got this strange little phrase here, with respect to number of gallons of paint. All right, so with respect to actually lets us know it means per, so maximum area painted per number of gallons of paint. This, along with this rate of change, lets us know we'll be looking at a ratio. So the rate or the ratio is going to be the maximum area, so I'm just going to put area painted per, so that's the numerator. My denominator is gallons. All right, so we've look on our graph here. We notice the area painted is my y-axis. All right, number of gallons is my x-axis, and I'm looking for the rate of change. So I'm going to add this little change symbol. It looks like a triangle. It's actually the Greek letter delta. And so change of y over change in x. You know what, sometimes we'll call that rise over run. And hopefully, by this point, you're thinking to yourself, hey, that's the slope. Yes, that's exactly what we're looking for. We're just looking for the slope of this equation. And we've already got it graphed here. They don't give us any points, but it looks like it's going to be pretty simple because it looks like we've got a whole bunch of intersections. Sometimes we have to hunt for that. We do know that it's going to be positive because it's moving up. When we go from left to right, all of my answers are positive. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be one of those because those are really, really shallow slopes, right? That'd be raising 1, right, and going over 200. But instead, it looks like it's kind of flipped. Looks like my gallons of paint are counting by ones or even halves, and yet we're counting by the area painted by 200s. So all we need are two coordinates, right? My m is going to be change in y, which is the y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over the x sub 2 minus x sub 1. We just need some x and y coordinates. So you know what? It doesn't really matter which ones we do. Let's do, you know what, let's not do that one because that's going to give me a 4.5. Let's get a whole number. There we go. X of 4, y of 1600, and right, when in doubt, let's just go to the origin. That's super easy because it looks like we're starting right there. All right, so let's label these as x sub 1 and y sub 1, x sub 2 and y sub 2. So always label them to put them in the right spots here. So my y sub 2 is going to be 1600 minus 0, y sub 1. That's why I chose the origin. So it is proportional there. And then I've got my 4 minus 0. So really it's just 1600 over 4. 4 goes into 16 4 times. And I got 2 zeros left over. So it looks like 400. Now, if we want to verify, right, we can choose two other points right there, so we can do that. 2 and 3, and we can even make this x sub 2 and y sub 2 right there, right? That'd be the 2 and the 800. We can make that the x sub 1 and the y sub 1, and that would be the 3 and the 1200. That ultimately gets us negative 400 over negative 1, which of course will still simplify to 400. So our answer here is C.